Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today I'm going to start doing some reviews of comics, whether it be series, one shots, or just individual comics. And for my first one, I decided to do pretty much what's my favorite comic out now, and so I wore my Harley Quinn shirt. No, it's not Harley Quinn. It's by the people that do Harley, and right now it's called SuperZero. Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. They're the ones that are doing it right now. The Harley, and they're doing this as well. This is by AfterShock Comics, and the reason I actually started this one is because I just saw right at the top Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti. So I was like, let's give that a shot. I like Harley. Let's see how I like this. So far, they're up to issue 6, and it's kind of frustrating because I think it's been since July was the last one. Before that, it was a couple months. It had been a monthly comic, and now it's bi-monthly, maybe less than that. I don't know, but I'm really hoping there's more because I'll tell you. I want you to know this: there are spoilers. There are spoilers, and when I start doing these, like right now. The first one, what kind of got me hooked on this was the premise. And here's the issue 1, and here is the variant. What really got me, there's the variant, I guess you guys can see it. What got me on it is, well, first again, who made it, but after I read the first one, it's the story of this teenage girl who reads comics and wants to be a superhero. Now, here's the thing. She goes and tries to become a superhero, and the way she goes fails hilariously bad. In issue 1, she wants to become Batman. So, how did Batman become Batman? I think in every movie, just about every comic series you see, his origin is his parents die after going to the theater. She said she wants to try to set it up so a homeless man will take out her parents, and which is kind of freaky right off the bat, right? But so but this guy is a Marine, is a former Marine, and he decides to go to the parents after they go to the theater. She sets the whole thing up, tells that the parents are going to the theater, what time they're coming out, what car they're driving, and everything. And he walks up to him and he says, "Look, your daughter seems like she's actually a pretty good person. She went out and bought food, supplies for this man who was homeless to try to get him to help her, which I guess in some way makes her halfway good person, I guess." But and so the parents take in this homeless guy, and Drew is her name. Her character's name is Drew, and she runs to the theater thinking, "Okay, I missed it. My parents are there, and they've gotten killed." So she gets there, no one's there, no chaos, nothing. So she finally goes home, and her parents are there with the homeless man, and they're talking, and they sit her down and start talking with her, and kind of straighten things out. And this kid is a really good kid. As you go through the comics, you'll see she's a really good kid, really big heart. And the second one, and this one right here, I'm going to say was my favorite one. This one cracked me up. She decides to become Spider-Man in this one. Well, Spider-Woman, she's female. So, and to do it, she decides to get the 2 bullies in the school to beat her up to the point where she has to go to the hospital. I mean, she comes up with these plans, she concocts them, and it's like horribly funny. It shouldn't be. But she gets one of her best friends to go get some spiders for her. And when she's getting x-rayed, because that's why she wanted these 2 people to beat her up, and she kept picking on them. So they would beat her up. They'd start walking away. She would call them names again. They'd run over and start beating her up again. And finally, they go, okay. They just walk away, and they have to take Drew to the hospital. And her friend brings her this bag of spiders. Not spiders. Her friend says, "I knew you didn't like spiders, so I got you red ants instead." So she's got a bag of ants when she's getting ready to get x-rayed, and the ants get out, start biting her all over, and it goes hilariously wrong. Everything goes wrong, but Drew just keeps going out. What's the next thing? What can she do next? And this one right here, number 3, There you go, number 3. And again, she's going more at it, more stuff. And Drew, you just look at her. You see she's still got all the spider bites on her. She's trying to become like a ninja, like Daredevil and stuff like this. It's hilarious. And it just goes hilariously wrong again. And in the next, number 4, it starts kind of changing just a little bit. Number 4, I know it's kind of a weird, then we got a pentagram on the front, but in this issue is when she starts going a little different direction. She starts trying to figure out, okay, because she keeps having these visions. And here's the thing, I'm not sure if these are visions of the future or it's the future where she's having kind of visions of her past. And it's kind of up in, me and one of my friends, we were talking, which way is this? And so she, in this one, she starts to begin to try to find a way to become the Fantastic Four. You know, you go to space, and number 5, here we go, number 5, where we start going to space. One of her friends, his dad works at NASA, so she finds a way to get onto a spaceship that's going to the International Space Station. I mean, how about that? I mean, how about this teenage kid being able to use this imagination and find a way onto a spaceship? And she does. It's crazy and it's awesome. It's hilarious comedy. And she gets onto the spaceship and she stores away with some monkeys that they're going to be doing testing on at the International Space Station. She lets one of them go and she gets in the cage where the monkey was. Which to me, and her whole thing is she goes to space, she gets radiated like the Fantastic Four did, and she gets superpowers. It's crazy, right? But it's so good. And then the last one, and number 6. This is where they're up to number 6, and we've waited 2 months. It's driving me crazy. We're on we're right there. They left me on a hanger. And in this one, she's in the International Space Station. She gets found by the people on the space station, and she knows these people. She's so smart. She knows these people. Not actually knows them one-on-one, but she knows a lot about them. She knows where they're all from. She kind of knows she knows their families and stuff because she keeps track of these people in space, which when I was a kid, believe it or not, I wanted to be an astronaut. So I knew so many of the astronauts. I knew things about like where they were from and stuff, just like Drew, which I think is hilarious. But she's in there and they catch her and she finds out that she's talking to him. She goes, something's not quite right. And she finds out these are not the actual people that they claim to be. And she doesn't know what's going on, but something is not right because some of the little details, like she says one of them, I believe it's, she says one of them's from Houston and they're actually from Dallas or San Antonio or something like that, but they're not. It's little small details that they're not getting right about themselves, and she figures out something's not right. And it turns out, spoilers guys, big spoilers, that they are aliens that are on the International Space Station. And she's kind of trapped in a room, like holding herself up in a room so they don't catch her. So she sees them walking out, and they go right past where she is, and she looks out a hatch or a window in the International Space Station, and she sees them open up a gate and walk right out of the space station. No air suits, no nothing, just walks right out, and she's like, okay, something is not right here. How did they just do that and not die? It's in space. So she gets out and she walks out there, walks with them, and there's like a little bridge there, and she goes into their spaceship. It's almost like a cave spaceship type of thing, and she finds out they're aliens, and that's where we are. And they left me on a huge cliffhanger over here. Like, come on, I need more. I need more of my Drew. I need more of my SuperZero. I need to know what's going on. And it's so good. It's so very good. And the first 6 issues, they've actually made a trade paperback that's already out. So hopefully, I'm really hoping that they don't just end on number 6 like that with that cliffhanger like that. Because in my mind, I'm thinking next she's going to actually get those powers that she's been dreaming of, or these are the powers that she had, and she was kind of thinking about her past, how she got there. We don't know. So definitely for me, a great read. And again, Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, AfterShock Comics, please give us more. Please give us more. This right here, again, I said it. I met one of the guys from Joe Pruitt down in where was it at? Charlotte at Heroes Con, and we were talking about it. And in AfterShock, they've got more comics that I'm really liking. Was it Rough Riders is one I really like. Strayer, I just started reading. Uh, Animosity, I know that just came out, issue 1. I've got to pick that up as well. They're coming up with some great stuff. What was the other one? Black Eyed Kids. I hear that one's really good. I've not started that one yet, and I'm going to be starting that one soon. So definitely, guys, great comic to pick up. It's good for boys and girls, adults. I'm an adult, and I love this comic. Kind of makes me think when I was a kid, man, how cool would it be to be Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, things like that, and in the comics, she went out and tried to find ways to do it, and it goes hilariously wrong, but still, definitely check it out, guys. That's my first comic book review, and like I said, I'm going to have more. I hurt my hip, so I can't train martial arts for at least a week, so I'm going to be having a few more of these coming up in the next couple of days, maybe even another one tonight, we'll see. But that's all I got right now, guys. You guys have an incredible day.